Hey y'all, it's your girl, Miss Antesha. Today's episode's a little different. It's not gonna be as upbeat. Forgive me for the low energy. Besides the fact that I am in a, a depressive state, I actually didn't get any sleep last night. And that does not help at all. But I was working on something, and like 9 out of 10 times when I'm working on something, when I think it's gonna be something, like I'm gonna wrap this up real quick, everything goes wrong. So I ended up pulling an all nighter. But I wanted to do this episode and not skip this week, even though I'm not feeling my best, because I felt like this is a great moment, opportunity for me to discuss, you know, what I'm feeling and where my mindset is at, all of those things. I've talked about it on, episodes earlier in the season about, last year being the losing season and kind of this year still is. And so for me, it's like a never ending fall. I'm really trying to figure some things out and struggling with some things that's going on in my life personally right now. And I'm exhausted by it. I am honestly exhausted with my life. I would love to say that I'm someone who, oh, I love my life. But the truth is I really don't. And so it is hard to keep going. Even though I have that positive side, it still is hard. I know that for me, my ultimate goal is I just want to be happy, right? It sounds so simple, but it's not for me. It's not for me. Doesn't mean, there's no joy ever experienced or no happiness ever experienced. But what I'm talking about is my own personal life. Am I happy with me? Am I happy with my life? No, I never have been. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing for anyone who loves their life, anyone who loves their career. I am in so much awe over you guys because that is like the dream. That is literally the dream for me. And I just cannot figure it out. I can't figure it out. You know, one of the reasons, or a couple of reasons in me starting Raising a Woman, the first was because of how much I've struggled throughout my life and even still. And so I wanted to try and use my life and my experiences in some type of way to help other women, whether, my age or younger or even older than me, maybe connect on some levels. I don't know if I'm really connecting with you all or not. I guess on some levels with some of you, I might be. Um, but I don't know how big of an impact Raising a Woman is having at the moment. Like we're still, you know, I'm still new to this, right? But it's my hope that, it will be of uh, great assistance and, just have a positive impact on you and on so many others. So Raising a Woman for me was about trying to fill in, um, or rather is about me trying to fill in, all the missing spots, all the like gaps, all the things that just don't get said or that you just, don't understand or um mixed in of course with fun. I am a girl who loves to have fun and have a good time. So, I have humor mixed in with that too. And every topic's not gonna be a real, serious topic. But I don't know. I just wanted to find a way to connect with other women because that's something I lack is that female connection throughout my life. I don't have these group of friends and um, I don't have all of those things. And so I really yearn for those things, um, hope for and wish for those things. And so I thought this would be a great way. This would be a good way for me to interact and become more social, but to also try and just, do some good, put some positivity out there. The second reason um, why I believe I wanted to do Raising a Woman is because I wanted there to be something of me out here. I wanted there to be something of me left behind in case I don't make it, whether that's through life, naturally, or even my own doing. And so I thought, let me have some content and let me put some stuff out here that maybe, people will remember me. And I've been enjoying it. This isn't me ending it. And sorry for my voice, y'all. I told you I didn't sleep and I already all week hadn't been getting the best quality of sleep anyways. And so that automatically just that wears me out. So that doesn't help with the depression, not getting good sleep. But no, I've found myself recently just being angry. And more specifically, angry with God. And that's just like, whoa, like how you gonna be angry with God? God is God, right? That's a wild behavior right there. That's some real boldness. But it's the honest truth. It's the honest truth for me. It's so much that I don't know. I want to experience, I want to do, and I'm tired of struggling and I'm tired of losing. It's like I can never just win and just win and keep winning and keep winning. You understand? And it's beyond exhausting. And so it makes me angry with God because it's like I have to operate within time. You don't. God created time. He can operate in it or out of it. I can't. I don't have 1,000 years to get this right or to experience this. When is this going to happen? When is this happiness going to happen? When is this abundance of blessings and change going to come my way? I feel parts of me, you know, believes that it's almost like around the corner. But then the other part of me is so exhausted by waiting that I don't even care if it's around the corner at this particular moment. And it's hard trying to make sense of things that you really don't have a full understanding of, right? And just trying to process so much stuff. I want to be happy and I want to be successful in life. I want to be someone of great need, someone who can help others in life. And right now, it's like I'm barely helping myself. I'm barely helping myself, and it's where do we go from here? Like, where do we really go from here? I feel like nowhere. It's literally a feeling of being stuck in like quicksand and just watching the world pass you by day after day. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. And I keep going too. That's true. But for how long? And is the things that I hope for, that I have prayed for, really on the way? I didn't grow up in church. I don't have that solid foundation. Don't get me wrong, of course, I always believed in God, but I don't have, like, that foundation, scripture and that, like, deep, deep, just embedded in me type faith. And that makes me think sometimes, like, well, maybe that's why. Maybe I'm praying wrong, or I don't have the right foundation for it. And that's all ridiculous. I know that that's a ridiculous thought, but that's what it makes me think. Today, I'm just trying to make it through the day. I'm really wishing I went to bed. But if I had, then what I was working on, it wouldn't have been done. So it's kind of like, one of those. Hopefully, I sleep well tonight. Definitely not gonna have an energy drink late in the day. Lessons were learned from that. But yeah, I don't know. I apologize. I I would want to give you a better episode than this today, but you know, this really is a Dear Diary moment. And I'm fine. Like, I don't need anybody being overly concerned, especially if family's listening. Don't y'all be calling up my mama and stressing her out. Like, she does not have social media. Uh, Leave her be. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't need the extra phone calls on that one. um, no, I'll get past this. I always do. But I thought, like, oh, this is a great opportunity, for me to talk a little bit, with you all, to share a little bit of, in the moment of what I'm feeling and how I'm processing it. It's really hard for me to process, especially when I'm in this state. It's almost like my thoughts and my mind kind of start to slow down. My speech gets, like, slow. And, I have some theories on that. This year I'm definitely gonna be in that doctor's office about his mental health again. And I'm waiting. We almost at April. I'm waiting to April because that's when the new plan month starts at the job. And so I'm like, girl, I know I'm finna run this medical bill up this year. So let me start appointments at the start of it. Okay. So that maybe if I hit that, what's it, the deductible amount, then start getting some free care. But I really don't want to hit that amount because that means your girl spend money, right? Even with insurance, it's high and expensive. It is really expensive, even with insurance. That's wild. That's wild. That makes you not even want to go to the doctor, right? And that's been part of it too. My struggle with my mental health, not just my mental health, but just my health in general, even with physical pain that I've had. It's been a challenge for me because I always have to keep in the back of my mind that this cost, right? And as much as I want to just keep running to the doctor and to figure things out, it costs. And it's like, I don't need no more debt, but it just keep coming. It just keeps coming, right? Because it's always something. But health is very important, and I try not to let the thought of a high medical bill get in the way of me being seen or getting help. But it honestly gets frustrating. It gets really frustrating with these doctors because um it's so many times I'll go, I'm in pain, I'm having flare-ups, like my body hurts, feels like my immune system shutting down. Like all of these things. and go to the doctor. You have blood work drawn, right? Then they evaluate you by asking questions and have you walk here, bend over this way, move this way, and everything's fine. Or some minimal thing that they come up with. But nobody's deep diving with me. Nobody's taking that chance. And when I, make those appointments and I try to figure it out, and then, that little 15-minute, powwow chat in the office ends up being, 300-400 something dollar bill. It's like, wait a minute. I don't need to go back. I don't need to go back to them people. Okay, because y'all ain't telling me nothing. Y'all ain't doing I still hurt. you know, I still have the same problem. So what is it? Like, who is going to take that time? But this year, I'm going to. I'm going to advocate. I'm going to go real hard for myself this year because I just can't continue like this. It's not a good, quality of life for me. It is debilitating in so many ways. That's both with the mental aspect and it's been with the, physical aspect as well. And so I'm going to really work hard at trying to get the right people medically, helping me achieve and have the quality of life, that I want and that I feel that I should have. And so I'll be diving back into, my mental health and, the physical probably too. I'm not doing as bad as I was, but it's time for me to get it together. I keep talking about these working out and exercising. Uh and I'm gonna do it. I was thinking about taking them shots. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know. I don't know what that Ozempic is, if it's zipping like it's zipping, but or that what was it? Is it Z bound or Zepron? I don't even know all the names. The GPL1, is that a name or is that what all of them are called? I don't know. I don't know, but people are losing weight. They definitely are losing weight. And maybe at some point I might have to be one of them. But I do honestly feel like I need to at least really try to lose weight on my own first, because I just feel like, girl, you just being, I'm talking about for me. So I'm not coming for nobody. But I feel like, girl, you just being lazy, that you trying to get a shot. you trying to get a shot. But, I have underlying, health issues that do make it harder for me, to lose weight, easier for me to gain weight. And so, I mean, I'm sure I could qualify now for that. But I do really want to start working out again because at one point I was. Um, and so we'll see. But this year, I hope to really get to the bottom of some things. And I look forward to getting some answers to some stuff, right? Because I don't think everything that I feel or that I go through is just about depression. Um, I think there are other things going on as well. I was thinking, recently about ADHD because I didn't realize until I came across something this year, a post earlier this year, that ADHD, it's in my mind, it always represents someone who's extremely hyper. You think about like I remember with like the kids and uh wasn't that when they was on Ritalin or something like that? Like you're just bouncing off the walls, bouncing off the walls. And I didn't know that it's like the opposite as well. Like you can have ADHD and you can be low energy and still hard to focus and really be like the opposite of what I always assumed it was. And so I'm like, oh, maybe that might be something. That might be something I need to check out. Another thing that I'm concerned about is from the car accident. It's been like 5 years. I don't remember before the accident um, having these specific symptoms of where my head gets like, it feels like foggy, right? It's like everything really, really slows down. It's like this, I guess, with the depression as well. But it's different. I remember right after the accident that was one of the big symptoms because I was in so much pain. And so my chiropractor was telling me that pain messes with, it mess with your head, that happens a lot with people who are in accidents, that they have that head fog. I don't remember if I had that before then. And so that's something that happens and that I go through and my head could start to hurt a little bit. And so I'm like, oh, I might need to check that out. Girl, you might have you might be walking around with a little brain injury that never healed up or something. Like we gonna get to it, y'all. We gonna get to it. But I just wanted to come and touch base with y'all this week. Um, because I'm in it. You can see it. Yep, lack of sleep, but girl, I'm still in it. I'm in it too. It's not just the sleep. I don't feel as bad as I did a few days ago, earlier um last week. But, I guess I'm on my way slowly starting to come out of it maybe. And that's a good thing. But it's hard. It's hard if you're someone who suffers from mental health. It's a real heavy crown to wear. I mean, we all have mental health. We all go through it, but some of us, it's more embedded in you almost. It's more like it's a part of your DNA or something. It's just like ingrained in you. And that's what I feel it is with me. And so I'm gonna put some work in. I'm gonna have to put some work in. I'm gonna have to make those doctor's appointments. Um, Starting in a couple of weeks on April. Like I said, when that new plan hit, so everything gets counted on the same year. And we'll see. And I'll keep y'all looped in if I discover anything. Um, I'd be more happy, to share. It's not something I feel like embarrassed about or anything like that. No, I I would be happy to fully understand why I feel the way I feel. So if a diagnosis can do that, can, you know, have the answers to the questions, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm not one of those people who's like afraid of really kind of like finding out. I'm the person that's like, let me find out so then, know how to handle it, know how to go about things, know what treatment I might need and all of that. So that's what, this year, one of the things I'm going to be working on. What are some things that you might want to work on? Do you feel you have some health issues that you want to work on more? Maybe therapy or um, getting some things in order, maybe eating habits. Let me know in the comments. I'm starting to get a little more comments, interaction with people, and I love it, by the way. I know y'all still feeling me out. I get it. I get it. But comments are appreciated, and I'll always try to respond, when I can. I do work a regular a regular job, so if it take me a minute, like I'm not like ignoring y'all. But your girl gotta wait till she probably get off work because them breaks I gotta eat. I gotta eat and I gotta sit down and chill a little bit. But look, I I hope you're having a better week uh, than I have been having. I hope that this week is wonderful for you as well. I hope the week gets better for me as well. And I will do my best to just keep, fighting and pushing through, right? And I encourage you to do the same. You know, you always feel alone, but you're actually never really alone. It's just that's how it makes you feel. And so that's why I wanted to do this episode, even though I am drained. I'm actually hungry too when I think about it. I haven't had anything to eat. So yeah, I got a couple of slices of pizza that that's waiting on me from yesterday, some leftovers that I'm gonna dive into uh, a pre-meal before I actually get to this dinner. So listen, y'all have an amazing week. Y'all have a blessed week. I hope to come back next week with more energy and be in a better headspace. And yeah, y'all, this is it. Like this is real life, right? Like it's Raising a Woman podcast. Like from pain to purpose. Let's talk about it. Y'all have a great week. I'm your girl, Miss Antesha, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.